Good afternoon and welcome again to Villa Rica Pawn Shop. We are excited to bring you a question that a lot of customers have about home defense. And what we want to do today is actually cover some guns that are going to be utilized that we feel best is for home defense. Now each person is definitely going to be different. That's why we've got a variety of guns that we're going to go through and talk about today. And there are some others that we can't fit into this video segment that are going to be as good as well as these ones we're talking about today, but these are kind of the most common ones that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to go through probably around 5 or 6 of them to make the video not as long, but we will be talking next week about some more, and we'll be talking about handguns, defensive handguns as well for men and women for home defense. The guns that we're talking about today, and before we get started on those, you can always visit us on our website with more other instructional videos and different videos at www.vrpawn.com. Now that we've said that, let's go into our first gun today. And this is a particular gun everyone really knows about. The Army kind of made this famous with our military, which is the AR-15. This is going to be the Colt edition, which is the same one the Army did use. Now F&N just took the contract over. But what we've got here today is an AR-15 Colt 1.7 twist, which is going to be your barrel twist for your rifling. This is going to be your flash suppressor, your barrel, handguard, our fore-end, and this one has got a Magpul furniture on it, as you see, where you can actually drop down and hold it here. It's a little more comfortable for some people. We also have a Magpul flip-up sight, 6-position stock, and these are guns that you can use for self-defense. Why these are good is because of the versatility of it. You can easily find things for it, accessories for it, lights for it. Some people put the rail mount lights on here. It brightens up a room. 3 o'clock at night, you hear something around the house, you've got a flashlight. You can also put lasers, holographic sights. Before we go into this gun, this is a holographic sight that most people are familiar with. It's called EOTech. A lot of people put these on their AR-15 guns. Basically, just a holographic target. The Army uses this as well, that you can make with this gun, and it makes a really good combination. Now, for the AR-15, the simplest action we're just going to go through, you have a charging handle right here. You pull this back, see how the bolt will come directly back from there, and that's how you actually load the gun from bullets in the magazine up into the chamber. And we're not going to spend a lot of time on the technique of this gun because we've got other guns we want to talk about today, but that's the gist of operation on this AR-15. Really want to go in, and this is going to be more of a shoulder. You're up, and your targets will be looked through this flip-up sight. Unless you put the EOTech like we talked about earlier on there, you can have a different variety of different deals. This is just going to be more of a plain Jane setup gun right here that we sell. Now that we've talked about the AR-15, here is the magazine. Like I said, it is 30 rounds. That gives you a very good opportunity to hit whatever you need to hit, or dissipate the advance coming into your home. So that's the AR-15. Let me show you another. This is the Kel-Tec. This is going to be a Kel-Tec sub 2000. This is going to be a 9mm. What's so good about this gun is it utilizes Beretta clips. You can also buy them that utilize Glock clips. This is a 32 round clip. You've got 32 rounds. You've got 2 more rounds in the AR-15 in this particular gun. Plus it utilizes, say for instance you have a 9mm pistol, you say, hey, I want a rifle capability as well. This utilizes the same ammo as in your pistol, so you can consolidate ammo, which is very good. Lightweight gun, very good. Got your rail system here. Like I said, you can mount a light here. You can mount the EOTech here if you'd like for the holographic sight. This one just has a little flip up sight right now. Stainless barrel. This gun, not many people know, but this gun is very good as far as concealing as well. Being in a rifle form, you loosen this turns and locks, you tighten it back up. Your handguard has a button on it that actually comes down just like so, and this gun actually folds up, and you can store it in a backpack, you can store it under your seat, you can store it beside your bed, under your bed. Very versatile gun and very compact gun. Believe it or not, these guns are very accurate, even though they fold up. Very accurate. So that's another gun that's very good as far as home protection. Very easy to use, very lightweight. Something that you could utilize in a situation if you needed to. You breech this gun this way, comes back, comes forward. The bullet comes from the magazine into the chamber. You're ready to go. So that's the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, another gun we think is very good as far as a modular gun that you can have in the house, and would be a good threat stopper. This is also made by Kel-Tec, and this is called the KSG. Now this doesn't fold up like the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, but what's so good about this is the length of this gun, and it's a 12 gauge platform. You also have chambers here and chambers here for your loading of your shells. 7 here, 7 here, 1 in the chamber. That's 15 rounds of 12 gauge in this one particular gun. That is a lot of rounds for this size of a gun. This is going to be a pump action gun. You can put the EOTech on here like we said for the holographic sight. You can put a flashlight on here and mount up under here with the rail if you'd like. You can do a lot with this gun. It comes standard with these rail mounts on here, Picatinny rails, so you can, put what you need to on there as far as illumination or holographic sight. This is your flip down. This is the mechanism that actually releases the pump. This is going to be a pump shotgun. So you push this down, you see how that comes back? That's going to load your shells from the actual tubes into the chamber of the gun. You push it back, you're ready to fire. Each time you fire, it is a pump, so you have to go back. You only have to push this button the first round. After that, once there's a shell in the chamber, you just keep going back and forth on your on the pump of the gun. Really good gun. They're just a lot of ammo for this small of a gun, or this length and size of a shotgun. So really good gun as far as home defense. Have a lot of ammunition that you can use, and still tuck this away where you needed to tuck it, as far as under the bed or between the mattress, whatnot. So another good choice. This is basically going to be your Mossberg 500. Most everyone has heard of a Mossberg 500. This gun right here has pretty much been in every home throughout the U.S. or one of the major guns for home protection. We wanted to show you this because it is the most common home protected gun that we have in the U.S. right now. Just because they're available, they're easy to get a hold of, and they've been making them for years. Mossberg has the heat shield. Some come with it, some don't. Basically the barrel gets hot after shooting. You want a heat shield to kind of guard your hands from being around the pump. This is going to be a pump shotgun. This doesn't hold as many rounds as the KSG. This is going to be holding 7 rounds, which we have an extended tube for this, and this is actually made this way. This is a 20-inch barrel, and we have our tube that comes exactly out and flush with the barrel. The mechanism to basically maneuver this gun as far as activating the pump is right here on this one. You come back and forward. That's going to take the actual shotgun shell from the tube into the chamber. You're ready to go and fire. Now this is going to be a pistol grip. So you're not going to be up here with this gun. You're going to be firing this gun from the hip. So this is going to be a hip gun. You will have the spread of a shotgun, so you don't need to really aim and be really accurate with a shotgun. It's going to have enough spread on it where it's going to take down the threat. So this works out good right here on the side, and you hear a noise, something happens. A lot of times with a pump, that's really good about a pump is just the noise. If you rack in this, is going to be more of a threat to the intruder than actually using the gun. So another good gun. The last gun that we have is going to be another Mossberg. This is a newer Mossberg that just came out with. This is going to be a 930 Mossberg. The difference between this gun and the rest I've shown you is in this 12 gauge, this is going to be a semi-automatic. That means no pumping action. You just pull the trigger, it's going to fire. So we have, really quickly, on this 930, we have our heat shield. We have our breacher door barrel right here, which is threaded out to basically go through deadbolt locks. Police use these a lot for door breaching. We have a standard stock. This gun is made to put on your shoulder and aim when you shoot. You have a semi-automatic bolt right here that's actually going to be pulled back. And when I have this chamber loaded with shotgun shells, when I pull this bolt back, it will go forward on its own, but without shells in there, it will stay back, and I just hit this button to reset the slide. You're going to have a safety right here. Red is dead. That's my saying. When it's covered, you're on safety. So that's going to be our safety mechanism for this gun. Very good gun. You do not have to think about it in the situation of pumping and going back and forth like a pump shotgun would. All you have to do is basically pull the trigger over and over again until you're out of shells. So really fast gun and a very good gun in the situation where there's not a lot of time to think about things or time to actually keep pumping the shotgun to get the shells to go in the chamber. So a lot of these guns, they're very reliable, and it would make a good addition to any defense weapon in your home. About the illumination on the AR-15 and the Kel-Tecs, as far as a light on the side of the rail. This actual light right here, you can, this is just something we sell. You can get many of them, but if you want to zoom in right here and how it fits on the shotgun, you actually go around the tube of the shotgun with this, and then the light actually comes down, and it has a pressure switch right here that you can illuminate on and off when you squeeze it. A lot of people like these. So when you're in a situation, you squeeze the pressure switch and the actual light comes on, and it lights up and you can see the threat when you're in a situation. So these are pretty neat, not really expensive, good for home defense to add to your shotgun when needed, and they're universal, so they'll fit around any shotgun tube that you have. So this is a good little thing right here as far as illumination. That's about it today. We don't want to make the video too long, so we just covered what we needed to as far as what we thought the most common guns would be when you are in a situation where you need to say, hey, alleviate the threat. So come and see us. If you have any questions, you can also visit us not only with the website like I gave you, but also Facebook. And we are also through mainstream media as well, through different other sites. You can find us at vrpawn.com or what have you. If you have any more questions, please let us know, write to us, and we'll try to answer all that we can. And we thank you for tuning in.